What's up, guys? Cooley here, and today I want to talk about one of the most frequently asked questions I've been getting since I started posting YouTube videos, even back for Battlefield 3. And the question comes in many different variations, but basically the root of the question is, where do I find all these Oblivious players, or how do I get behind and shoot all these players that really don't know I'm there? So I'm going to do my best to try and address this question today. So first of all, one of the forms or variations of this question that I get is a lot of people will tell me that this would not happen on their server, that my server is filled with bad players, their server is much better than mine. And I'm going to just say right now, there's no certain servers in Planetside 2 that are just 100% bad players, and there's no servers that are just all good players. I play on one of the most populated servers, I'd say, Waterson, I think, and I know the server name. I don't know exactly if it's one of the most populated, but I believe it to be. That's why I chose it. And you know, I have played on other servers as well, Matherson and Sol Tech. And I will tell you right now, I did not notice any difference in skill level between any of them servers. I truly do not believe that there are certain servers. Now, there might be certain servers where if you could somehow magically calculate skill level, there might be some that are a little bit better than others. But that doesn't really matter, considering the fact that there's just so many players. No matter what server you're on, you are going to run into bad players, you're going to run into good players, you're going to run into players that are AFK, you're going to run into players that have absolutely no idea that you're standing behind them ready to shoot them. So what point I'm trying to make with that is that it's not necessarily bad players I'm killing, and I'm not saying it's good players. I really have no idea. But what I'm doing is just putting myself in situations where players would have no idea or no reason to believe that I would actually be there to kill them, or that I would be there to blow up their sunder, or anything like that. So how do I do this all the time, or how can you start doing this all the time? Well, it's incredibly easy, and I don't claim to be an amazing player, and I don't claim to be amazing at any of the games I play, but I do claim to have savvy when it comes to these games, to having some knowledge on how to put yourself in better situations. And that's what I do, and it's really easy, and Planetside 2 offers tons of ways to actually get behind and flank enemies and catch them off guard. The easiest, of course, is the spawn beacon. I will often roll with a lot of friends, and I will often throw myself into a squad by myself just so I can completely have control over where I place that spawn beacon. And my squad, outfit will often call on me to take out enemy sunders, because they know I like doing that, and I can position that spawn beacon in very good spots to do that. So that's probably my main source of the clips you're seeing here. Instant action is going to work the exact same way. I will actually often instant action at a base that I am already at, just to get in a better position to take out an enemy sunder or take out a group of people. Now, certain classes are going to be better for doing stuff like this, obviously. Infiltrator is a great class to flank and get behind people. Awesome. Even if you don't think the cloak is that good, it is still effective in a lot of situations. And back when I was making my Infiltrator montage, I actually had a lot of trouble coming up with a lot of action-type clips. And that's because a lot of my kill streaks were me just shooting people in the back of the head. And I think if you're playing Infiltrator correctly, and I'm not talking about sniping, of course, but if you're actually infiltrating and, moving through bases and using your cloak properly, I think shooting people in the back is what you should be doing. Light Assault is another great class that you can use for flanking, as you can see in these clips. Just being able to jetpack up on top of stuff and coming down from the top of buildings or roofs where people are not going to expect you. There are some other ways that you can definitely flank. A lot of times, if my pod or my instant action or whatever is not really working very well, if I really need to get somewhere to destroy a vehicle, I will actually spawn a Reaver from the warp gate, and I pretty much suck flying, I'll admit, and I'll fly it into a very high traffic area at a very high speed, knowing that my Reaver is probably not going to survive, but I will, jump out of that Reaver and land behind enemies with the Light Assault and do what I need to do. Take out a Sunder with C4 or do whatever. There's just so many different ways in this game, and you know, I'm making this video to try and say that there's not a magical server that I play on where more Oblivious people exist, but I'm also making this video to show you guys that any of you can do this. Any of you can rack up a bunch of easy kills. Any of you can use the stuff that Planetside 2 gives you to take advantage of situations and get behind your enemy and flank them. I've posted similar stuff in other videos. If you remember my PSA use spawn beacons video, exact same thing. I've been doing this ever since, and it hasn't gotten any harder or any easier since then. So anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I have today. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all later.